Rite is a retail pharmacy. We have about 2,300 locations. We operate mainly on the West Coast and the East Coast. Across our enterprise, we have Rite, Bartell, those are our retail footprint. We have Elixir, which is our PBM space. And then we have a coaching company called Health Dialogue. Before Zipline, we were managing communications mainly through like legacy stuff. So it was just like this newsletter. You had to do like this barbaric way of like submitting information. It's like all through email. It's like, here's all these emails that we're trying to tell you about this communication that then rolls into like one huge newsletter. And then you had to publish it out to the store teams. It's like, here's everything slapped on a plate. Hopefully you can figure it out for yourself. How we originally conceptualized Zipline was, it was mainly a store and field communication platform. But as Zipline kind of introduced more parts and pieces of their platform, there was so much untapped potential that we just weren't utilizing. Based on your role in the company, like you can log in, you can have all this information ready for you. You're in there and it's like your version of Zipline. The biggest improvement is just streamlining information. It was kind of a real wonky way we did it before, but now with Zipline, we're able to truly like streamline information in a clear and concise way to our store teams. Not only that, we actually get the feedback, which was something we were truly lacking, but we never really heard their voice back to say, hey, what you're sending me doesn't make sense. Like, so now with Zipline, it's like instantaneous. I can send something out, I can refresh a page, and just see in minutes what a store's reaction is to something. We can then take that feedback, go back to our business partner and say, this worked, this didn't work. How do we kind of make this better for our store teams to make everything better within Zipline? I would definitely say just metrics. So something we didn't have before, like we couldn't really monitor anything. So with Zipline, we're able to see in the moment who read what, how many people read that information, who executed on something. If there was the due date, did they meet the deadline? Did they go past the deadline? If they went past the deadline, how do we take that internally and say, is it something we're doing that we're not allowing them enough time to execute on something that we need to rethink the equation? Or is there something happening at that store level? And then do we follow up with that field leader to say, hey, can you look into this? This is like a repeat offender. And they can give us that feedback to say, okay, when something's going on in this particular store, it's an isolated situation, or is it something more chain-wide that we really need to go into the details and figure out how we correct it? Impact on our business is just something we've never really had before, so the visibility into it is what I send out to one store team, we have that top-down view. So if our CEO wanted to go into Zipline and say, I wanted to see what's going on in the business, whether it's impacting one store or 2,300 stores, they can go in, they can see that information, they can access it, they can even ask me questions directly and say, hey, I'm not really sure what this is, can you like tell me more information? And that way it keeps everybody informed and on track. My favorite feature in Zipline is the content library. For our business, there's just so much information that we have, especially operating an enterprise, that's a lot of content. You can go into that library, you can set it up to be so specific, such a specific audience, that when you get in there, it's one person can access this information, they can easily share it, it's all just one link. If I happen to update that link, they can always refer to the most recent information that we send out. Success is all in the data. So I'm a data-driven person, data drives decisions, so we are able to just tap into all of the knowledge that Zipline holds internally in terms of data. We extract that data, we do a few formulas in like our BI tools, and we kind of run some numbers to say, where's our areas of opportunity? What's working, what's not working? How do we take that back to the business partners or even our executive leadership team and say, this is our pain point. How do we kind of mitigate this risk moving forward, and how do we improve upon it?